Okay, so I'm gonna have my co-pilot check my audio and see where we're at here. Let me pull you up there, co-pilot. Oh, no hurry, man. uh, so I'll do a quick preview on this. This is Richard, and he went missing. I'm gonna erase the details real quick. Okay, so let me make sure you guys can see that. Looks good. So I'm pretty sure I have audio. So target name is Richard. And I'm looking for circumstance and location. Okay. So my co-pilot's back, so I'm going to have him check the audio and make sure that I'm actually broadcasting. Make sure the music's not too loud. Audio is okay technically. How do you like it? Can you hear the any difference in the microphone? I'm using a, well, here, let me show you. A Tribble on a stick. So it's a new microphone that I got. So hopefully it's going to work. I can adjust it if you think it needs adjusting. I don't know what's better or worse. So you tell me. Yeah, the microphone is here on the table. When I picked it up, it sounded better. Huh. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me switch to my. Audio input. Let me switch over to my other one. Tell me if this sounds better. Okay. How about now? Does that sound better? Because now it's a mono kind of sound. Yeah, we can always do something right. But is this gonna fly or should I go back to the other? So that's the Logitech gaming headset microphone, and this is the K-Fine microphone. So whichever you prefer, let me know. My old method. Well, until I get things actually set, so I have this done, because I'd like to put this on a boom or something so it's over by the board, because I'm going to be turning it around. This one does allow me to do that, so I'll switch over. So, okay. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, I'm going to keep playing with it. I just got it today. All right. Let's do this. So, anyways, this is yeah, resisting change. You and me both, buddy. I tell you what. Oh my god. So, this is Richard. Richard, I need to find Richard. I need to find his physical location, and I need to find any details I can about the circumstance regarding his location. So, I'm going to I'm gonna see if I can pick up anything. One of the things I am picking up is Um, one of the things I am picking up is he was at a building and there's people. So there's actually a lot of people there. My question is so are these his friends? Are these people he knows? Is he just there in a group? Because I am getting emotions and I'm getting, this is like outside. This isn't in the building. This is outside of whatever this is. So it's dark. Or nightfall. It's warm. And there's like a group standing. It's almost like they're standing in a parking lot. Let's just say parking lot because it feels like there's cars. So I have cars here. Me and Lynn tried it out. And for me and Lynn to work together in the same room, it was awesome. I mean, it picked up both of us and had a binaural, binaural feel. Wow, my power is flickering. Well, not good. Okay, so anyways, so there's like a row of cars here, and there's like lots of people here, and there's like emotions. So you have a group here, and then you have a smaller group or two or three people here. So this is outside of this establishment. So we are outside. So I want to know if this Richard person is in this one, or if he's in this group, or if he's associated. Did he pass through these guys? I mean, I mean these guys are talking with each other, or maybe they're arguing with each other, and these guys are talking, but I don't know if we have a connection here. Um, so this is got to be the circumstance. So this group of, I'm just wondering if he knows them. In fact, I'm wondering who this person is. So this is a shorter person. I wonder if this is female. So let's take a look real quick. It does. It feels. This person feels feminine. doesn't mean it's a female. It just means she feels feminine. So I have, which is funny. So I don't know when this was, but if this person feels feminine, it's not a female, then is this guy? Is this guy? Interesting. So now the question is this guy? Is this a guy? Oh. Yeah, we could try the binary method. Let's do that. So we're gonna go binary. Yeah, Musk has no. You're right. Musk has feminine energy. He's got, and it's not so much feminine energy as it's more of a softer feel. Um, he's not a rugged, go out and chop wood and knock down trees and do that kind of stuff. No, he's uh, I don't know how to describe it. And that's the thing. It's really hard to describe. It has a more I guess a smarter approach is a good way of looking at it. Men tend to, think after they do something. Women tend to think before they do something. So, and there's a certain feel to how the emotions are put together. Actually, if I wanted to, I could probably do a hormone check and see if it's a female just doing the hormone check. So that might be the easiest, is looking at the hormone count on this person. But let me do this real quick. I mean, it really feels like this is possibly a male. Just a feminine. So the other aspect of this is this a girl that likes to go out and break things and shoot guns and do guy stuff? So are we talking about a girl that acts like a guy, or are we talking a guy that acts like a girl? So the big question is this guy bi, or does he just like guys? Um, it would be interesting to find out. Well, that's not going to happen. So we're going to just go with the fact that he's talking to somebody that's a little bit smaller than him, feels feminine, and is possibly a guy. So we're going to go with that. Outside, let's just say talking to feminine guy. Okay. So, all right. So now, I guess the question is, so what? So to me, it feels like these guys are angry at these two. It feels like they're. It feels kind of like there's conflict or something's directed at those two, and it's almost like it's driving a wedge or it's doing something for the interaction between those two. Um, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, women can have a very masculine feel. It's not an unusual aspect, and men can feel very feminine, very dainty. So it's not unusual. You don't even have to be gay or bi or whatever. It's just the body aspects and uh, how they feel. So it would be. Yeah. Do I need to turn on my fan? I do. I am cooking. Uh, but no, I can do this. So with this information, okay, I'm going to say that there's a group of people on one side, and then there's these two on the other side, and there's possibly one more in the wings. So it's like two primary, a couple secondaries. So I know for a fact there's maybe it's a friend of this one is over here, not with this group. So so I'm going to take a picture of this. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, does this feel right? So in a parking lot outside, we have emotions. We have. I'm not going to call it banter. I'm just going to call it. Uh, I don't know what to call it. So I don't know if it's like a fight or if it's where they're not happy with each other. So I can't call it banter because they're not communicating. It just feels like a bunch of people being, you know, people, and these guys are receiving the brunt of it. The other thing is I got dizzy, so I wonder if that's important. I should probably do a body scan on this guy. So, so is he heading to a car? Is he going to his car? So I don't think he's in the parking lot. If he's in the parking lot, he's near the street because I've got his car parked by the street. So he's going to his car. The car is parked by the street or on the street, not up close to wherever this is. So it's like he has to weaving through the parking lot. Huh. Okay. Yeah, actually I can. I can. So let me take a picture of this and let me take a picture of both these. Okay, so let me erase this real quick. Okay, throw a time up here. 9:36. 6:10:25. Page 2. Richard. So so this is layered. Yeah, looks good. Okay. So there's this is the inside structure. So I'm thinking there's a lot of movement and a lot of activity here. And Richard and the other person were sitting here at the corner of, I guess it would be a bar. Let's just say it's a bar. And that's when I think the hostilities commenced. I think this is when the attack began. So um, I really think there was like it was like a long drawn out thing. So it wasn't just a couple of words and the guy took off. I think there was more to it. So whatever this was, it started inside, and it started because of these two and this group. Um, a lot of activity behind them, so there's a lot of people that didn't know. I mean, I think they became aware later, not they became aware later, but they God, let's say this place is half full, or less. It wasn't a pack night, so it was less than full. Okay. So, anyways, they were talking there at one point, and these guys were there were hostilities. Okay. So this group, male and female, and this group were having a tiff. But that doesn't explain what's going on with him. Well, with the instigators, there's like four. There's a primary. Okay, let's look at the instigators. Instigators. There's a primary. There's a secondary. And then there's tertiaries. Okay. So the primary was the male. And him and some of the other guys continued it. The female goaded and pushed. So this guy didn't need much to get going, but the female was behind him, saying something to get him going even faster. The tertiaries were not what you would call smart, more along the lines of sheeple. So I guess it was a group of people that had a couple primaries, a couple alphas, and a bunch of betas. Um, wonder if he knew him. School work. So did the alpha and this guy know each other? Yeah, yeah. So the primary is he bristles. So the primary bristles. Along with the secondary. It's like they are offended, upset. They're not liking whatever situation this is. Let's call this. Let's call these guys the target. Target A and target B. So target A defensive. And bristles. So I think he was getting, but he was also giving back. So he was it wasn't just a one-way street. Target B, defensive, scared. Defensive, scared. Angry. Okay. So altercation in a inside of the building. Continuation. All right. So this is a circumstance. Okay. All right. So that's a circumstance. The circumstance is that they got into some sort of tiff inside this area. I don't know if there's I don't know if there's drugs involved. So that's going to be the interesting part to see if there's drugs involved. Um, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase this real quick. So this is these two boards have been a circumstance. What was the circumstance leading up to this? Now there's a lot more because that's in the parking lot as they're walking away. Now I'd like to know if there's drugs involved. I mean, are we talking about somebody who was just drunk and drove home on the wrong side of the street and drove off in a ditch? I mean, what are we talking about? Okay. No, in this case, I could probably use a blood scan, but I got to keep I'll keep all the body views private, so I'll do that privately. This one's public. I mean, Richard. It's a pretty common name. But the private ones with the body scans and further in depth look into the body, then I'll do everything that privately. Um, Location. So I want to do a quick location check. So this is page 3. Richard. All right. So let's do some ideograms. Ideograms. Wow, it's flat. It's water. Trees. I think that's a tree. Building. All right. So flat water trees building. This is for location. Question is it near the salt water? Is it near a lake, a river? I don't know much about Australia, but I know there's lakes and rivers, and a lot of the people live in and around the shoreline. They don't live in the interior very much as they do in the shoreline. So I have a rock or rocks. It's funny, they're stacked up funny, and they're big rocks, but they're stacked up funny. So this is kind of like a little gully or a ditch. So I wonder if there's water going through it, or if it's a dry ditch or a dry ravine. That's funny because I got flat. It's flat, but I've got rocks and ravines. I don't get it. Wonder if I got vegetation. I mean, is there like a tree? I'll tell you. Let's just focus on Richard. So Richard's location. So I think there's greenery, but it's also dry. I'll have to check the address and see if this is a dry location or if it's a green location. I'd like to know what this is. Oh, here. Let me see if I can. I'm faintly writing. Let me see if I can. Good catch. I didn't think about that. I'm gonna zoom in on what I'm doing because I'm just lightly scribing. Can you see that better? Get some light on it. How's that? A little bit better. So I'm just lightly scribing. I'm not blasting with the colors. So the thing is I got plants. I've got this. I've got this. I guess it's a rock. I don't know. It's an upright. Thing. Feels like it's part of a. Feels like it's industrial. I wonder if it's a. I wonder if it's a like a tower or something. I'm not quite sure what this is. This is. So. The other thing is I don't have a sense of how big this area is. So I mean, is this like a small area? Is this like a big area? How did he get here? Is there a car? Is there a road? Yeah, it does feel like there's a road. God, I'm out of black. I gotta pick up some black ink. So So let me do an east-west. Okay, here's the road, here's that structure. So that is east of the road. The road's heading north, so this road's heading north. That's east. See, I'm not sure what this is. Are these like bushes or canopies, or they're rounded? They're not quite sure what that is. So I've got rocks and gullies. I've got a couple big rocks. I've got a flat area. I've got these circular things, and then I've got this structure, and I don't know. I don't know what this is. So it's two parts. There's a center part with a rounded dome. I swear to God, it looks. I'm not trying to draw. I'm not trying to draw this. Yeah, there's. I'm sure there's pixeling. My camera's not really good, but there's two parts to this. This part, which is rounded. This part, which is like a. Let's just say that's like a water tower, or maybe a silo. It's industrial. And I don't know if this is a building or a structure. And there's literally something here that kind of wraps around near it. So, mining? Huh. Mining would be interesting. Or farming. Oh, excuse me. Farming would be good. Mining or farming. You know, I do got these green things. I've got vegetation. I've got dirt. I've got this to the east. The road heads north south. So that's actually pretty good. That's actually looking good. So a corn silo, yeah. That's what I mean. It feels like a tower, an industrial tower, and then this feels like maybe it's a building, and this might be the parking lot. So I must be looking from far away. So the question is why am I here? What am I looking at? Is Richard in this immediate area? So why? Okay, let me back this up a little bit. That was pretty cool because that really came in strong. I don't know, whatever reason, that feel of um, oh, my music ran out. Nope. Okay, so looks good. All right, so we're gonna say it's a structure of some kind. Um, I'm gonna send you these pics real quick. Okay. Okay. And now I'm gonna erase. Well, I actually think I got a lot of information on here. Okay. All right. I like it. I mean, I like this a lot. This feels right. This feels right. The question is where is he? Um, okay. So 10 o'clock. I'm gonna stop here. Um, I will do another video when I get a chance. I'm trying to see if there's any last thing that I want to add to this before I finish. So yes. So the deal with this is Richard is missing. It's an incident in the past. So this happened in the past, and I'm trying to locate Richard. Richard is. I mean, there's a good possibility he may be alive. I'm going to say that's a low possibility, but we're going to look for Richard. We found an incident, we found a circumstance, and now I'd like to find Richard. So something about the silo or tower or whatever that industrial thing was, and the structures or rocks below it are very important. The field, the gullies, the little hill things are also very important. So yeah, location using binary hot and cold method over there. Have you ever looked at an Australian map? I mean, it's big. And the funny thing is unless I can come up with a landmark at an appropriate distance away, there is no way I can do this. And using binary, I can't because of the damn scale of this place is huge. I might try it. I might try it at a later date, but can you view where a smartphone is? Yeah, a little early for smartphone. So I'll shoot you the date after I'm done with this. But for those who are want to know what's going on, me and my co-pilot are working a case together, and he is monitoring my remote viewing and trying to direct me to where this person is. So he is my co-pilot is my monitor for remote viewing, and it works out really good for me because he asks questions and I can concentrate on that question rather than, you know, ramming my head against the whiteboard and being confused and not sure which direction to go. So Richard has been, something happened to Richard. This is the person I is my target for the evening, and I will continue to do this over the course of the next couple of days. So um, I will do further videos and look for different aspects, but for tonight, target's Richard. He's missing. He's in Australia near an industrial tower. That's about all I got for tonight. So, co-pilot, thank you very much. Wonderful questions, and I will probably do that on the next video. And I appreciate anybody who's watching this. Any feedback, you guys want to drop a message, let me know. Thank you very much.